We stopped at the cat command. Cat command is used to create the file and view the contents of the file. Simply cat file name greater than file name. You type the contents. At the last you press Ctrl D. It is used to save the file. To view the contents of the file, cat file name is used to view the contents of the file. So cat command can be used for two purposes. One is used to create a file and one is used to view the contents of the file. Next one is ls command. ls command is used to list all the files and directories which are there in that specified path. There are various options of the ls also, that also we see. Simply at the dollar prompt you type ls, it displays all the files and as well as directories. How can you differentiate the files and as well as directories is, the directories will be in the blue in color, whereas in the files in other color. So the other options of the ls is ls-l stands for long listing. Long listing means it displays permissions, inode numbers, who have created, when it was created, what is the size of the file in bytes. All these listing can be displayed with the help of the ls-l, long listing. Next one is nothing but ls-i. It displays all the inode numbers of the specified files. What is the inode number? We have discussed in our previous session. Next we see what are the other specified commands are there for the files. For the files we have three specified commands. rm is used to remove a file. At the dollar prompt we give rm file name, the file will get removed. And next at the rm you have given option -i abc, the file will get removed, and before removing it asks the user to remove or not. Next one is cp, copy the files source to destination. It not only copies the files, the content of the one file into another file, it also copies the subdirectories into the subdirectories, directories into the directories, the source directory into the destination directory. So copy the files, it copy directories. Next one is mv command. At the dollar prompt you give mv abc to abc1. mv command is used to rename a file. So the file abc can get renamed as abc1. These three are the commands we will work normally with the help of the files. Normally we can create the directories with the help of the mkdir. What is the meaning of the directory? Where we can store all our files and as well as other directories also in the directory. mkdir is used to make a directory or create a directory. At the dollar prompt you give mkdir s1. So the directory named as s1 will be created. So whenever you want to change into that particular directory, that means you want to enter into the directory, there you want to create the files, the command is cd s1. You want to come out from the directory, you type the command cd space ... So your path will be changed. You come out from the directory called s1. And next you want to remove the directory, that is rmdir s1. Directly the directory named s1 will be removed. But here you need to remember one thing, that is before removing, directory must be empty. That means no files will be there in it and no subdirectories will be there in it. So this rule you must remember whenever you want to remove a directory, that is called as rmdir. The next we have to talk about two different commands called who and who am I. The first one is who. Displays all the users who are currently logged in. Current users who are logged in. The next one is who am I. On which login you are logged in. Who, what is the name of your logged in user? That displays with the help of the who am I. The next one is stands for, we are talking about the linking. Already we discussed the linking in the previous session. What is a hard link? The creation of the hard links and the creation of the soft links. Hard links can be created with the help of the ln command, and soft links can be created with the help of ln-s. Normally, soft links can be created with system files. We need not touch, but hard links we can create with the help of the users. What is a hard link? Now we are going to see. Before going to the hard link, first of all, you should aware of an inode number. What is an inode number? Whenever a file will be created within the system, the name you know, that means ABC is a file created by the user, you know the name of the file only. But inside the system, the file will be identified as the inode number, the uniquely generated number by the system. That is called as inode or index node. Okay. The system can recognize that particular file with the help of the index node only. Okay, you want to link this ABC file with the help of another file called ABC1. The linking of the ABC file and as well as the new file called ABC1 is called as the hard linking. Both the files will share one link, one name called inode number. So ABC and ABC1, this is already existing file. This is the newly created file. The contents of this file will share the contents of this file. Both the contents are same, but they share both the inode number. Even the names are different, but they share both same the inode number. This can be happen with the help of ln command. At the dollar prompt you give ABC and ABC1, then a hard link will be created with the help of the ln command for ABC file to the ABC1 file. Both share same inode number. So you remove this particular file, obviously this ABC1 file will be removed. That means the hard link will be removed. The removal of any of these two files will remove the hard link. Okay, hard link can be removed with the help of RM only. RM is already we discussed in the previous, RM is used to remove the file. So whenever you want to remove a hard link or remove a file, you use the RM command only. Okay, so this thing you need to remember. Hard links can be created with the help of ln command, and remember hard links, soft links can be created with the help of ls-s, and hard links can be removed with the help of rm command. As we all have discussed in the previous session, each and every file can have the permissions and attributes. What are the permission and attributes? Now we are going to see. Normally for each and every file there are three different number of the permissions. Permissions can be represented as read, write, execute. Read can be denoted as R, write can be denoted as W, X can be denoted as execute. And users also three different types. Those are owners who create the files, and groups. There are some set of the users will form in one kind of the group that can be represented as groups or user groups. And other than these, both called as others. So users can be of these three types: owner, groups and others. For all the three members, we have three types of the permissions for each and every file. Owner can have read, write and execute permissions, or may not read, write, execute permissions. Only read permission, write permission and execute permission will not be there. And similarly, this group can have the read, write, execute permissions, and these others can have the read, write, execute permissions. Totally for a file we have 9 number of the permissions. 3, 3, 3. Totally 9 number of the permissions will be there for each and every file, for the users, for the group and as well as for others. We can view the permissions of the specified files with the help of a command called ls-l. ls-l already we discussed. It's a long listing of all the files and as well as the directories. It not only display the listing of all the files and directories, it display the permissions also for each and every users, groups and others. What are the permissions are given, all this can be displayed. For example, if it is a directory file, for the directories also we have permissions. To differentiate the file from a directory, the directory permissions can be prefixed with the help of D, RWX, RWX, RWX. These are the permissions for a directory. D means it is a directory file. Simply we have RWX, RWX, RWX. This is the file. So this is the permission for a file and this is a permission of a directory. These are the permissions are given. Whenever there are hyphens will be there, R hyphen X and hyphen hyphen X and hyphen hyphen. Hyphen represents what? There is no permission. R is there, read permission is there, no write permission, execute permission is there. For what? Owners. And next one is what? There is no read permission, no write permission, but execute permission is there. For what? Groups. And there is no read permission, no write permission, and there is no execute permission for what? Others. These permissions can be changed, can be modified with the help of a command called chmod. Chmod command we will talk in the coming session. Thank you for listening.